The year ahead features a compelling wave of indie games poised to challenge AAA titles in creativity, design, and impact. These standout projects are drawing attention for how they innovate within their genres and rival larger budget releases. Let's dive right into it.
A Final Symphony.
Beautiful Light is a PvP-vPvE tactical first-person extraction shooter built around raids with 6 squads of 3 operators and player-controlled anomalies. Players enter with gear, search for an artifact, complete tasks, and attempt to extract while fighting other squads and hostile creatures. Death results in losing carried equipment. Progress comes from surviving raids, completing trader missions, upgrading skills through an RPG-style system, managing a deep inventory, and using tactical tools like night vision and gadgets.
And here you are, on the edge of the creator, listening to the echoes of a written story. See. The world will collapse, and while you stand in the midst of nothingness, searching for light in the darkness, only grasping the truth in the final reckoning. We were caught in the Rubicon's flow. Behind the high ramparts, where it cannot see us, we recite our final words. Motherland, bless your children who are about to die. Beyond my sword and behind my shield, I smile, because against all odds, I will triumph.
Soul Shogunate is a single-player action RPG set in an alt-future solar system ruled by samurai clans. Players control Yuzuki, using melee combat built around swords, tech-enhanced weapons, and gravity-based movement. Combat supports close-range attacks, ranged skills, elemental weapon effects, and customizable abilities through upgrades and gene modifications. Movement uses jetpacks and grapple cables to fight across varied gravity zones while progressing through story-driven missions inside large lunar cities.
私を打ち砕こうとした石は決意の刃を研ぎ澄ませたに過ぎない。因縁の大事が叶う時、この空が赤く染まろう。無残に叫んで汚れた膝を抱えてる。それでもそんな今日は手にしたくないから、行かなきゃやらなきゃ、しわくちゃの顔のままで生きるよ。あなたが
must have been telling lies. Yet, this morning...
Militsioner is a first-person immersive sim where the player tries to escape a town while a giant policeman constantly watches their actions. Gameplay revolves around choice-driven problem-solving, stealth, theft, dialogue, and time-based systems. Players interact with characters whose moods change based on actions like helping, bribing, lying, or stealing. Multiple solutions exist for obstacles, and mistakes can trigger chases, forcing escapes, hiding, or route changes as daily schedules continue around you.
It's time. He's here.
Eight digits, 8 shots. Could crack a safe. Could mark a date. Only one way to know.
Mouse PI for Hire is a first-person shooter built around fast combat, constant movement, and a detective narrative. Players control Private Investigator Jack Pepper, using a wide range of cartoon-styled firearms, power-ups, and mobility tools like wall running, grappling, and double jumps. Levels are structured as self-contained cases inside a noir city, with enemy encounters, boss fights, collectibles, and upgrades supporting progression through a single-player campaign using hand-drawn black and white animation and a jazz-driven soundtrack.
Well, well. Guess that...
Hello Sunshine is a survival RPG where players travel through a machine-run wasteland by staying close to a towering robot. Daytime play revolves around managing heat by using the robot's shadow while scavenging resources and avoiding exposure. At night, players camp, craft gear, repair and upgrade the robot, and manage cold temperatures. Progress comes from crafting equipment, deploying helper bots, completing tasks, and maintaining the robot as a mobile base while uncovering information about the abandoned corporate system.
Port Desire. A city that don't belong to anyone, but everyone wants a piece.
No Law is a first-person action RPG taking place within the lawless port city of Port Desire. Players control Grey Harker, using gunplay, stealth, cybernetic upgrades, and vertical movement to handle missions in multiple ways. Combat supports tactical positioning, sci-fi tools, and direct firefights, with player decisions affecting characters and outcomes. Progress comes from completing story missions, upgrading equipment, and moving through rooftops, interiors, crowded streets, and industrial zones across the city districts.
Mistress. The city won't let me go. It won't forget my name. I asked for nothing, and they still came and took everything. The mayors and anyone that stands in my way, every last one of them. They're gonna learn something real simple. You reap what you sow.
What do we have here?
ExeKiller is a first-person action-adventure shooter with story choices and character progression. Players control a bounty hunter working for a powerful corporation while completing missions across a semi-open hub with distant locations and environmental hazards. Gameplay supports multiple approaches, including direct combat, stealth, dialogue, and vehicle travel using a personal car. Decisions during quests affect NPC reactions, dialogue paths, and endings, with progression driven by weapon mods, augments, and equipment rather than leveling systems.
Empty. What the hell is going on here?
Area contamination 80. Checking for source. Kill. 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 This is for your own good. Event flag for security. Uplink error.
Shit, I'm out.
Please stand.
Finally. Was it worth it? Of course it was.
Severlink is a third-person stealth action game built around infiltration missions in secured locations. Players control a specialist carrying out jobs using visibility, noise, and enemy awareness systems. Levels support multiple routes: vertical movement, environmental interaction, hacking, and intel gathering. Encounters can be handled quietly with non-lethal tools or escalated into combat when detected. Enemy behavior reacts to player actions, allowing slow, methodical play or rapid escapes depending on decisions made during each mission.
Please! Over here!
Ontos is a first-person sci-fi mystery game taking place inside the Moon Hotel, Samsara. Players control Aditi Amani, navigating enclosed areas, solving hands-on puzzles, and interacting with machines through manual systems and calibration. Progress relies on scavenging materials, conducting experiments, and making decisions that affect later situations. Encounters combine narrative scenes with system-based challenges rather than combat. The structure supports multiple solutions, encouraging careful planning, observation, and problem-solving while uncovering information about the facility and its experiments.
And it inspired him to grant wishes.
Who's that? Nightmare.
That's why all of us are here. You want to understand, to know. Then you have to step beyond the walls surround you. Play your father's game. Push the very limits. Until even reality itself.
Supreme Experiment is a first-person action-adventure built around immersive sim systems and PvE combat. Players descend from sealed tower cities to a machine-controlled surface using firearms, hacking, and environmental tools to survive encounters. Progress comes from searching ruins for logs, terminals, and resources, while neural implants unlock a parallel dimension through coded triggers. Combat, investigation, and decision-making work together as players uncover why machine systems failed and how this affects humanity's survival.
A new species, trying to survive, fighting for scraps, searching for truth. poisoned wasteland, crawling with creatures beyond imagination. Down here, humans don't belong. For those who left the city, it's a one-way ticket. But they go for a reason. This evolution of the machines was not random. There's something vast behind it. And it's coming for everyone, not just the machines. The people in the cities don't know it yet, but soon they will.
The Twilight Project is a third-person survival game where a lost tourist navigates a sealed village that changes between day and night. During daylight, players search buildings, gather supplies, and solve environmental puzzles. After nightfall, hostile creatures appear and reality shifts, forcing defensive play and careful movement. Survival depends on managing limited resources, setting up safe areas, and using tools or traps to withstand attacks while uncovering clues about the village and its past.
Okay with being on camera? I could try and keep you out of it. Here it is.
Paranormal Activity Threshold is a single-player narrative adventure where players investigate a troubled house across multiple timelines. Gameplay involves searching rooms for clues, communicating with supernatural entities, and performing rituals that alter events and outcomes. Player actions influence how the story unfolds, leading to different endings. Systems react to behavior through the paranormal engine, changing encounters and events between playthroughs. Progress depends on observation, investigation, and careful interaction rather than combat, with tension driven by unfolding supernatural activity. Never Be Alone is an open-world zombie survival game built for solo play and cooperative survival. Players scavenge abandoned towns, manage hunger, health, and temperature, and deal with zombies, hostile humans, and environmental threats. Gameplay includes base building, crafting, farming, and vehicle use, with dynamic weather and day and night cycles affecting encounters. Progress involves upgrading skills, customizing weapons, securing safe zones, and coordinating with others to survive in a nature-overgrown wasteland.
2002, and 3 friends decided not to leave school as losers.
Good morning, everybody.
Agefield High Rock the School is a third-person open-world adventure set around a small town and high school in the early 2000s. Players control a new student managing classes, free time, and missions through a structured school schedule. Gameplay mixes attending lessons, skipping class, earning money, and completing story and side missions. Actions affect relationships, trouble with teachers or police, available activities, purchases like clothes or bikes, and which ending is reached.
The last few months at school and leave their marks as legends.
They want to indoctrinate me even more into a boring fucking life and work 9 to 5 like some sort of mindless zombie.
Fuck thinking about college, dude. We need to stick to our plan to rock the school.
But there's always something or someone getting in their way. Overbearing parents.
If you don't get into college, I'll throw you out of my damn house.
Perverted teachers.
You messed with the wrong one.
Nosy neighbors.
There are aliens in the forest, in the countryside.
Not to mention Seth, the most popular guy at school whose life mission is to make yours miserable at best.
So you think you can move to my town, come to my school, embarrass me in front of my friends, and ruin my party?
Sid, you have to go now. My dad's gonna kill you. I'm serious.
But that doesn't hold these guys back from trying.
Whose panties are those?
Play as Sam Tatum, who saves the day in this rule-breaking coming-of-age adventure. Explore a fully decked-out campus and quirky small town in this open world inspired by the early 2000s teen movies.
Do you really think you're the first students to try to get into my pants this way?
Her dad brought lipstick home from his trip to Mexico, and now they all look prettier than ever.
Drink as much as we could, go streaking to the girl we liked, and then tell her how much we loved her.
Return to the early 2000s one last time. Agefield.
Samson is an action-adventure game built around close-range combat and high-speed driving within the city of Tyndallston. Players manage limited time and resources while taking jobs to repay growing debt under constant pressure. Gameplay combines hand-to-hand fights, improvised weapons, and vehicle chases where cars function as combat tools. A point-based system limits daily actions, while law response, skill upgrades, and player decisions alter mission options, difficulty, and how the city reacts over time.
You can't outrun debt. You can't freeze interest. Curl up and die in the street. Or you can fight the fuck back.
Shark Dentist is a horror roguelike simulation where players perform dental procedures on giant sharks inside a sealed clinic. Gameplay revolves around selecting tools, managing anesthesia, oxygen, and stress levels, and reacting to random events. Each run changes tooth problems, equipment, and risks, forcing careful planning under pressure. Mistakes raise aggression and can end the run instantly. Progress depends on learning systems, balancing limited resources, and adapting tactics rather than speed or combat. Crathos Deep is a first-person narrative adventure set beneath the Arctic Ocean. Players pilot a submarine to navigate deep-sea locations and use a tethered drone to access tight research facilities and submerged structures. Gameplay centers on investigation, environmental puzzles, and physics-based movement while gathering clues about a failed underwater institute. Progress depends on careful navigation, managing tools, and piecing together information to understand what caused the collapse of the operation.
On the surface of Mars than we do of the bottom of the sea. violence. I must simply urge you to keep an open.
Ground control to Private J. Says you daydreaming again? I am.
The Expanse Osiris Reborn is a third-person action RPG taking place in the Expanse universe. Players control a mercenary captain managing a crew, a ship, and survival during escalating conflicts. Gameplay mixes cover-based shooting, abilities, and real-time squad commands with 2 companions active in combat. Character creation, crew relationships, and decisions affect missions and outcomes. Exploration includes visiting locations like asteroids and planets, talking to NPCs, upgrading the ship, and handling threats tied to a wider conspiracy.
Serious? I look a bit grim sometimes. And OPA extremists are working overtime to set the station on fire. But it is the largest port in the belt, with a bar guide the size of the UNN's desk jockey manual. You told me you were tired of bars just yesterday. I said I'm tired of drinking with Luciana. She remembers too much and me too little. Forget series then. My suggestion?
Dragontwin is a single-player action strategy RPG built around a bonded mortal and dragon pair. Gameplay allows ground combat and mounted flight, with physics-driven flying, aerial battles, diving attacks, and fire-based abilities. Players use a dragon creation system to adjust body shape, appearance, and fire effects. The setting is a medieval fantasy sandbox with dynamic weather, a day and night cycle, and systems tied to territorial control and strategic decision-making.